remember that they're changing my voice. So this video is about how Masons have infiltrated martial arts and they're manipulating things, and it connects to gang stalking. If you don't know that it connects to gang stalking, you're crazy, okay? Gang stalking puts people in a situation where they have to think about self-defense to some degree, okay? And a lot of times these targets lose their guns, and they fume them and they poison them like they have with me, and their gun rights and their guns, right? They fume and they poison them like they have with me to make them so they are more susceptible. So if you don't have a strong kind of code, that you might buckle. In fact, I've never seen another targeted individual that hasn't buckled. You see all the signs. They're promoting their philosophy, what have you. I mean, for all I know, I could be the only valid target because everyone else has clearly given in to the oppressor. They reinforce Western values. They often get together in big groups of perpetrators who claim to be targets. I mean, for many reasons, they've buckled. Okay? There's no hope in this planet. Look at people group by group, race by race, religion by religion. Look at them, do an assessment, look at the spectrum. What are the odds that this planet could turn around? Zero. Why? Because of tech, breeding, cheating, and generational ill-gotten gains. All these people are clearly the enemies of God because they're the enemies of righteousness. And the Bible says, though the Bible is a book from your oppressor, it says that the one who does what is right is righteous. And that's a universal truth. When the Bible says 1 + 1 = 2 in morality, so to speak, they're right. When it tells you to forgive your oppressor and just let him walk all over you, they're wrong. Okay? And then it's coded in there that you shouldn't forgive him. If you were trying to help somebody, would you give him an elaborate riddle? A sick joke? A jigsaw puzzle? No. That's what the Riddler would do. That's what the Joker would do. That's what the Jigsaw would do. This is what villains would do. Not somebody trying to help you. So between the churches and all their treachery and the Bible itself, you have an evil system that no decent country would have. If I was going to teach the Bible and use the Bible, it would not be with anyone else's system. You'd first have to say it's a Royal African Falcon Martial Art Order and obey the king. They don't do that. And after my flesh dies, you can't just screen out all the righteous and calculated manner. Okay, he's gone now. He's gone and it's our job to carry the torch. No. That is the Antichrist argument to a T. That's Satan seeking to replace the bloodline of God, and it is fucking despicable, and no one has my permission to continue, even if they're related to me. Nobody. So as Masons have contributed to the gang stalking with their secret society mentality, with their contributions, and not every gang stalker is a Mason, but they've contributed to it. They're instrumental in it, just like in the founding of this country, which is abomination to the Lord. Most of their churches even teach that America and its culture is an abomination to God. And they're allowed to by the state because they set people up, right? It's controlled opposition. Every group that you see with any significant following in society is clearly controlled opposition. Look at the cause, look at the effect. Masons are a very wicked group of people. They were instrumental. The evidence is overwhelming, we'll say. They're instrumental in slavery. They're instrumental in group beatings and rapes, the freedom fighters beatings, right? You think none of those guys are Freemasons or from Masonic families? Okay, they reinforce the values that have always brought down the world. Before 1492, there were Freemasons. Before Columbus. And Columbus was obviously in some group that's similar to that. And later on, there's some group called the Knights of Columbus or some sissy worm shit like that. Okay, obviously, the world is run by evil people because they had their give us Barabbas moment at every point. Every group, every race should have fought to the death, except for my family's bloodline, but eventually that comes to an end with me anyway. So no one should plan to continue. Someone's a sick fuck when they look at this world run by white, Jew, and LGBT child molesters and their allies. Mass murderers, mass drug and idolaters, rapists, you name it, just horrible people, okay? And they say, okay, I want to build a family here. Don't you know that you have an option not to bring children into this world? Especially when there's condoms and there's, getting the tubes tied and there's abortion. You think you're better off building a family in this sick fucking world than having your wife have an abortion? Or your girlfriend? That's fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy. That's all saying no, mental health is full of shit. They're like, hey, if you don't get an abortion, or if you have kids, you need help, you need therapy, you need medicine. They don't say that because they reinforce the sick, rape cult, pedo core piece of shit spirit that has colonized the world and has done irreversible damage to the people on this planet. It's part of what Masonry, the foolish builders, Freemasons, millions of them, all kinds of money and power all throughout the world because they suck a devil fucking dick. Shame on them. God rebuke them.